Okay guys, so welcome back. We're about to get into this glow in the dark makeup look. So right here I'm using my NYX Brow Gel in the color Espresso, just filling in these brows. Next I'm going in with my Pro Conceal in the color Porcelain, and this is a really light color. This way of course my eyeshadow pops. And I blend that out, and then I go in with some setting powder and just set that concealer under my eye. Next, I'm using my Milk Cosmetics concealer in the color Caramel, and that's what I use on the top of my brow. So I like the top color of my brow, I like it to be a little bit darker than the bottom. This way it blends better with my foundation. And that's how I shape my brow perfectly, right there. You see that? And blend it out. Blend, blend, blend. Still blending. And blend out the front of that brow so you don't have those square brows. You know I hate that. There we go. And blend that out again. Blending is key, y'all, with anything that you do with your makeup. So now I'm going into my favorite, the matte book, and I'm using brown. So for this part, I'm pretty much using almost all the brown shades in there and one orange tone that you'll see. So you want to build it up. You don't want to put too much at once. You want to build up those colors. And I go back and forth from eye to eye. See, there's another brown. I'm kind of starting to layer that in so then I'll get that nice shade under my eye. Okay, so for the next color, I really don't know the name of the color, but it's like an orange tone and more in the brown family. But I'm just taking that and I'm blending that out on the top of my eyeshadow. I guess right under my brow. That's a better way to put it. And this is kind of just bringing all the different shades together on the top. Going back in with another brown. Look, I'm tongue-tied. But another brown. And blend, blend, blend. And you see, this is why I don't use a lot of color at first, because I'm going in and I'm going to blend a few shades together. And now for the brown. So I switch brushes for the brown. I use a smaller flat brush. This way I can really start to carve out where I'm going to put my crease. You know, I love cut creases. So with that brown, I'm just going to start to build that shape in there. Okay, and once I have that kind of carved out, I'm going to go in with one shade lighter than that tone in the browns again. I'm just going to blend that out. This way I have no harsh lines. And after that, I'm going to go back in with my Milk Cosmetics concealer. And I'm going to cut this crease, y'all. So this is my favorite part. When I put it on my lid, I look up, I look down. Look a little crazy. But that makes it so much easier to see exactly where to place my cut crease. I like to do it a little bit above that, but that gives me a basis of where I'm going to cut my crease. And here's the finished product so far. My bad, y'all. I really thought I was recording, but I went in with a metallic gold, almost a white shimmer on my lid, and I took that brown to blend that out. And then I took another brown just to make sure everything is seamless. So you don't want any harsh lines. So I just blended that out. And I went back in with my metallic color just to make sure everything is blended perfectly. And now I'm up to my liner. And you know, I got to do this liner. I take my time with the liner just to make sure that wing is perfect. So I get the top of the lid first, make sure that is where I want it. And then I go in and I actually start from the other end to really get that line perfect. Okay, and once I have the liner on both lids, I'm going to go into the precious gem of this whole makeup look. It's my neon green eyeliner. I got this from Amazon, y'all. It was like maybe $3 or $4. I decided to try something new. I wanted to try some liner colors, and this was like an amazing choice. So I went in, I took my time again with liner, but small brush strokes. And I make sure I didn't put a lot of product on the brush. This way I can make sure I place it exactly where I want it. So you see, every time, for the most part, I would just brush some of the product off just to make sure I had a nice smooth line all the way across. Okay, got to check and make sure it's good. Okay, and with the same liner, now I go in on the top of my lid, exactly where I cut that crease. And I'm going to take that neon green liner and draw another, I guess a half circle, so to speak. And again, taking my time, not a lot of product on the brush to make sure I really get that line exactly where I want it. There we go. Yep, it's lit. You got it. I'm a perfectionist, y'all. So I took that concealer brush again and just went in, clean brush, and I just went in and just to clean up that line a little bit, make sure it's perfect. Okay, so now we're getting into this foundation. So first, primer. I'm using the Morphe foundation primer, and this is like one of my favorites right now. It makes my skin nice and smooth. And then I'm going in with another favorite, the Maybeline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. This is like an oldie but goodie. When I tell y'all this is like my favorite foundation, no matter what foundation I go back and I try, like somehow or another I make it right back to the Maybelline Fit Me. Like the color blends perfect. They have a ton of different shades. I can actually use a few different shades in their line. But this one, like, you'll see it literally like blends into my skin like you wouldn't even think I had on foundation. Look at that. It even, watch how it blends out all that concealer on the top. Look at that. Oh, it's my favorite. But yes, of course, blend everything out. Make sure everything is smooth. Then back in with my Milk Cosmetics concealer again. And I highlight all the places where the light would normally hit. So my cheeks, my nose, right under my chin, like right on my chin. Those are the places that I would highlight. And you'll see under my eye, I kind of bring that concealer up and I blend it right under my eye. So I just clean up any eyeshadow or liner, anything that was left right near my nose. And then I take the same foundation brush and I use that to blend my concealer. This way everything, again, is seamless. And when I'm done, I always got to check, make my little face in the mirror. And then I'm going in with my Fenty setting powder. And now I'm just going to set all the places where I just put that highlight. So on my cheeks, under my eye. Basically all the places that I wouldn't put my contour. And I'm using the small setting powder because I didn't feel like going to get my other one from downstairs. But I love the little powder brush. I actually like the little brush instead of using the beauty blender. I don't know, I feel like I can just place the powder exactly where I want it with this little, it's like a little pad, I guess. Yep, all the places I'm not gonna have that dark contour. Okay, and now for the contour, back into the matte book. That chocolate brown that I actually use for my crease is the same color that I use for my contour. And then blend that in, get to it. I take a small brush just to blend out and carve out the contour on my nose. And while everything starts to set, I'm going to go in and I'm going to start doing my lashes. Of course, I'm using lashes from my Line Diva collection. I'm back using the Style Hollywood. I feel like this is one of my favorites now, especially when I do looks because they're long. They're not too thick, so it's still a natural look, but it just does something. So I put the glue and I kind of shape it and I put it on my eye. I'll show you again when I get to the next eye. So, see, I'm drawing the glue, and I take it and kind of curve it to my eye shape and pop that bad boy right on in. I'm telling you guys, this is practice when it comes to doing lashes, so I've been doing this for a couple of years now. But you can do it. Just make sure you take your time and figure out exactly, you have to figure out your eye shape to make sure you're placing it exactly where you need it. Okay, and my powder brush. This powder brush I use for pretty much everything because it has my finishing powder, and I use a tinted finishing powder. It's a brown, almost like a foundation color. So this way, again, everything is always blended, flawless and seamless. So once I blend that out, I'm actually going to go back in and use the finishing powder just to clean everything up. And back to my matte book. I'm telling you, this matte book, I can use it for almost everything on my face. So I'm using the pink for my blush. And again, circular motions. Everything I do is in circular motions. This way there's no harsh lines. And then once I have that in, I'm going to go back in with my powder brush again, blend that out. And then I'm using this NYX Jumbo pencil, I guess, a white liner for my waterline. I didn't want to do like a lot of color under my eye. I wanted this to be more of a simple look. So I'm only using liner and mascara on the bottom today. Yes, I get it in my eye. It makes me feel like I'm crying. Can't mess up my look. Then I'm going in with my mascara. And this is the e.l.f. mascara. It was probably like $3. So when I tell you guys, like, makeup can be expensive, but then there's a lot of affordable things that you can do with your makeup as well. So like my mascara, my eyeliners, those aren't too expensive. But I like to splurge on, you know, my foundations, setting powders. I have a variety of different products in my makeup kit. So, and now it's time to get into this highlight. So I use two highlights. So the first one is a Wet n Wild highlighter. I probably got it from the beauty supply store or CVS or somewhere. And I like this a lot of times for natural looks as well because it's a nice golden kind of color. It just gives you a nice glow. But when I'm trying to be extra, I hit up my FENTY Trophy Wife. Listen, I can't even get the words out. That's literally my favorite. When I tell you, when it first came out, I had my parents go to like 3 different JCPenney's just to find it because it was sold out everywhere. And I got the last one, and I was in Florida at the time. Like, it's my favorite. So yes, just blend that out again with my powder brush. Make sure everything is nice and flawless. And there we go. Set, set, set. I use my NYX Matte Finishing Spray. So last, we're going to go in with a handmade lip gloss from my line, the Diva collection. Of course, Diva stands for Divinely Inspired, Virtuously Anointed. And this is all handmade. I went in with a brown liner and I put on the gloss. And that's the look. Now watch this, y'all. This is my favorite part. Ooh, y'all see that glow?